Hey everybody, happy Sunday, or at least I hope you're having a happy Sunday, and if not, maybe we can help fix that. My name is Russ, that is Lauren. You have stumbled upon our latest vinyl review video on the channel. Now, for this one, what we try to do is we try and talk a little bit about like the album itself. If it's a catalog issue, you know, if it's like the Beatles, Please Please Me or something, like you've heard a million people talk about that record. We're not going to be like, well, here's the ins and outs of, you know, that album. But when it's something that's new to us, we like to talk about it a great deal, in addition to talking about like the pressing itself and what we like about this. Spandau Ballet is one of those bands that I, like many other people, grew up knowing true. I would never say I never thought, and that's all there is to them, but that's all I heard of them, especially because if you're of a certain age, like I didn't even know true. I knew Set Adrift on Memory Bliss by PM Dawn, which was based on the sample of True. And then everybody I know had to be like, that's based on this other song, right? And that's how I even found True, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Lauren grew up loving the album Gold.
The album True.
Or the album True, which the song Gold is on there. That's okay. Because like when you played other things for me off of that record, I was like, hell yeah, right? So original pressings of Spandau Ballet stuff, at least here in the United States, is not too hard to come across. But when I saw that there was a best of available, I thought, well, let's grab that for a couple of reasons. One, I figured it's going to have the songs you like for sure from the True album.
Yeah.
But then it's going to have a bunch of other stuff you haven't heard by them.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Zing. So I picked up just off of Amazon 2 LP called Gold, the best of Spandau Ballet. And for me, it was almost like a, well, you know, she's just going to be like, oh, thanks. Like whether or not, you know, you love it or not, you're going to be like, thank you. You know? And then I thought, okay, well, worst case scenario, if you're like, but I'd really like to get the full, we could just find the full True album in addition to having this stuff. Right. But what you're getting here, I always throw up a bunch of pictures and stuff. 2 LPs, you're getting it's a good chunk of the True album, which is what
there's a good chunk of the True album on it,
and then stuff.
This covers a lot. You know, this covers a lot of what Spandau Ballet was doing before the True album.
Yeah, which I like a lot. I like when people don't really know, like most people probably haven't heard before that.
Yeah. There's a whole side of this that's just like all earlier stuff, and it's really cool. And then, you know, there's some stuff from, you know, immediately after, and then there's some like far more recent stuff from like 10 years ago that's on this, and it's a whole lot of fun to listen to. We always go through first, like we always have packaging first. Laid out pretty nice, I think. I mean, it's a gatefold, obviously, and there's a really great write up inside that kind of walks you through the history of Spandau Ballet, and I'm like,
I love that. I love that type of stuff.
I like learning.
I know that, like, as you get older, at least as I get older, and you know, like we listen a lot in tandem to things, and so I'm not going to just sit there and like ignore you or vice versa. So I don't read a lot of that as much as I used to when I was younger. But I love that it's there for anybody that wants to take it in. And at some point I will also read through it. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that that's a thing that somebody could just pick up. If you're a person who's only ever heard True, and you pick this up, like there's a lot more for you to learn while you're listening to the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, double gatefold, double LP. I know, by the way, that there are different color pressings of this out there. Color vinyl means nothing to me personally. I don't think that like gold vinyl's the devil or anything like that. So that doesn't matter to me at all. But from packaging, I think the pictures of all the band and everything, I think it's laid out really well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
Because a lot of times things like this, because this was originally issued on CD, a lot of times not a lot of thought is put into the art direction of.
No, this feels good.
Yeah, and it feels like that somebody thought their way through converting this from 5 inches to 12 inches.
Something's intentional here.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, one of the biggest things that matters to us most is sound, and you had heard an original pressing of True.
True, yes.
Okay. So what do you think about the sound of those songs on here along with what the material you hadn't heard?
It's hard to do an apples to apples thing because I also wasn't listening to it on a very good sound system.
Right, yeah.
But at the same time, I think I heard more on this. I feel like there was some remastering done of something somewhere at some point. Like things sound
I thought it was a really wide soundstage.
Yeah. And I was I think I said something. There was something on one of the tracks. I think it was communication. I was like, oh, I'd never heard that before.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. That happened more than a few times, but there was one that you were like, oh my Lord.
Yeah.
As far as price goes, I bought it for her for a gift, but yeah. It was $35, which I think is a stellar deal. For something like that, to me is like a I mean, there are some 2 LP best ofs out there that are like $60, you know, and it's like, I don't know if I want to pay that, you know what I mean? Like, and it's usually catalog bands where they know that you're going to want to buy that hits package that they'll charge you more for it. So I think personally that's great. Now for you, the value is there because you got a gift given to you, but having heard this now, would you like, is the value there? Would you like, if we didn't own this and you had heard it elsewhere, would you go, yeah, I'm going to go spend $35 on that?
I think so. Yes. And I'll tell you, do I still ultimately want to have True? Yes. But this gives me enough of the rest of their catalog to feel like I'm good.
So true. I'll be here all week. Speaking of I'll be here all week, my name is Russ and that is Lauren, and this is our vinyl video, but we have 3 videos every single week. If you're just here for vinyl reviews, that's totally fine too. I mean, we have one of those every single Sunday, but if you're here for vinyl reviews, you probably love music and you'd be interested in our topic videos that we do on Thursdays as well, like 5 songs to start with, 5 hidden gems, that type of stuff. And those are really fun for us because we want to get the engagement from everybody on that. And I don't mean engagement as in like content creator engagement. Like I want to hear your opinion on things and whatnot. So leave a comment on those. And then, you know, strictly for the algorithm, we have reactions on Saturday. So yeah. But we do try and have fun with them and do things that we do. We do a lot of things you see on other channels, but we do a lot of things you don't see on other channels as well. Thus, like, I don't know who the last people to review the best of Spandau Ballet on vinyl are, but I assume it hasn't been done in quite a while. So, but that's what we like to do. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do. If you're interested in those other videos that I mentioned, please hit the notification bell so you know when we have them every single week. And as we always say, thank you so much for watching.